Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, you know what? With three episodes in my opinion, so far so good. Um, I'm enjoying the season thus far. We just gonna talk. We just gonna talk, cause even though it's not a lot going on, it's a lot going on if that makes sense. Like it's not a lot. It's not a lot going on to the point where I feel like I need to take detailed notes. But when stuff happens, I'm like, oh, okay, it's starting to happen. Okay, all right. We'll just start it with Sheree. Sheree is at Thelma's house, and she has hired. I don't know if she hired the girl. Is she gonna dispute the charges? You know, Sheree. You know, Sheree. You know the word on the word on the street, the Peach Tree streets is that Sheree don't like to pay people, and she will dispute a charge. So I don't know, Chef Jessica, girl, let us know if you got paid or not. I don't know, but Chef Jessica, the food looked absolutely amazing. I said, "Ooh, girl, I know that food was good because Sonya was eating and Marlo was eating, and I think I heard Sonya say, "Ooh, this is good." It looked good. I know that food was amazing. Um, they're basically just catching up. I think they just made it back from BravoCon. Are y'all going to BravoCon this year? I'm going. You know, last year I felt like I missed out on girl. I feel like I missed out last year. This year, I'm definitely going to BravoCon. November the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and I'm coming back on. I'm leaving out on Friday, coming back on Monday. Anyway, see y'all at BravoCon. Um, it's going to be in Vegas for those who don't know. Anyway, so they're talking about BravoCon, and we're going to get into Mama Joyce in a little bit. But Mama Joyce is pretty much still going after Todd. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I hollered when Marlo was in her confessional and she said the streets are talking and the streets are your mama. Yes. Ah, girl. To me, Marlo, even though it's only been like 2 or 3 times, Marlo, even though it's the simplest stuff, her confessionals have been funny to me. I feel like every episode, Marlo has a funny confessional. Anyways, um, Sheree talks about Martell picking her up from the airport. I said the bar, girl. When do y'all? I had car service. He picked me up from the airport, and I had car service. Girl, girl, we getting excited at 52, 53 years old because somebody picked us up from the airport. Like, I guess. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about Sheree and Martell because I think Martell and Sheree are a hot mess. There's really nothing else to add to Martell and Sheree. I pretty much said what needs to be said in my first review, my second review. Yeah. Maybe we'll get more into it when we talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I have nothing else to add to the conversation when as it pertains to Martell and Sheree on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Um, Drew and Ralph. Can I say something? Can I say something, y'all? I got a lot to say. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this out there right now. I got a lot to say in this review, and there are gonna be times in this review where some of you who are Marlo fans are gonna be upset at me, and definitely the Candy fans are gonna be upset at me. But I feel like some things need to be said. Like I said on Twitter, I ain't got no dog in the fight. My girl is Miss USA 1993. Kenya Moore hair care. That's my girl. Okay? So when it come to Marlo and Candy, girl, I ain't got no dog in the fight. Okay? Um, but Drew and Ralph. This is the problem that I have with Drew and Ralph. I think that Drew and Ralph are both fake. I think that Drew and Ralph are both actors. And I think it's absolutely crazy that I feel like a lot of us are just watching Drew and Ralph, waiting for 3 to 4 months from now so we can see how this actually plays out. I understand that people don't tell all of their business on reality TV. I get it. We're not gonna act like everybody just transparent, right? But I think what happens in situations like this, in this situation with Drew and Ralph, y'all go around here on a reality TV show, right? And Drew is this submissive, wife who just lets her husband lead the way, and they're great. And just like she said the last episode, this is the best we've ever been. And, while we've been together. And then in 2 or 3 months or 3 or 4 months, we're going to find out that you and Ralph getting a divorce. Instead of y'all just telling y'all truth on a reality TV show, now it's going to be egg on your face because now people are going to come back and say, well, Drew, on episode 2, you said that you and Ralph were in the best place y'all have ever been, but now we're on episode 16, and girl, now you in your closet crying, drinking, rocking back and forth. What happened? What happened? I think that, like with Kenya and Mark, y'all know I can't stand Mark Daly, but with Kenya and Mark, I don't know what headspace Kenya was in, but we know that when Mark came onto the show, Mark didn't give a damn. So I don't think anybody was surprised when Mark and Kenya headed for divorce court. Like nobody was surprised because they pretty much laid it out on TV. Like, okay, girl, this marriage is a mess. It's not gonna last. I'll even say with Candy and Todd, just listen to me. I know y'all starting to rock and shake, girl. Anytime somebody mention Candy and Todd, girl, the girl foaming at the mouth. If Candy and Todd got a divorce, I would not be surprised. Now, I don't think that what they are going through isn't something that can't be fixed. You see what I'm saying? But if you look at, Todd complaining about Candy never being at home, Todd not really feeling supported, Candy crying the first episode this season saying that, she feels as though Todd basically picks a fight just to want to fight with her. Then you have the kids saying that Candy's not around, right? And now when we add back into the equation, Mama Joyce. Right? So if it came out that next season Candy and Todd were, headed to divorce court right behind, everybody else, once I sit back and I would like, okay, girl, it actually makes sense. Because what we see is only a piece of what we see. It's probably 10 times worse, when the camera's not around. So I just feel like with Drew and Ralph, I just feel like, girl, they fake. And y'all putting on for the cameras and y'all not showing y'all real life. Y'all marriage is a hot mess. Ain't no way you in love and girl, this is the best y'all ever been. And then a marriage just happens to fall apart just a few months later. Anyways, did y'all hear when he compared their relationship to Ike and Tina Turner? Drew talking about, I thought it was going to be Beyonce and Jay-Z. No. He meant Ike and Tina. And from the last time they say you was saying whatever in the courthouse or filing papers, girl, didn't you say that he yanked your cell phone out your hand so hard that, girl, he knocked you to the ground? Candy meets up with Don Juan before her and Todd go out on date night. They're going over Candy's must list. This is what she has on her must list. Now, I don't know if this is just for the month. I'm thinking it's just for the month. Well, some of this is for the month and some of it is just like weekly. Okay. So she has her weekly live show. She has her Candy Coated Nights podcast. She also has the Soul Train Awards. She has an Ebony Power 100 event. She has a Candy Cares event. Then she also has to do Blaze's birthday party, which is her daughter. She has Celebrity Game Face. She also has to go to yeah. Okay, girl, I'm not gonna get distracted. Oh, girl, I wanna say something so bad. Girl, just shut up. Let it go. She's going to she gotta go to Portia's wedding. Girl, just let it go. Let it go. Girl, don't even say it. Just let it go. All right. Girl, I want to say it, but I'm gonna let it go. Okay, new restaurant, and then also Todd's movie. So Candy has a lot on her plate. A lot. Um. So Mama Joyce. So see, this is the issue. Let me tell y'all the issue. I remember last year when Marlo was getting Candy and Todd together at that table. As much as I know this is a thing, right? I know people don't like Marlo. I get it. And I get that some people don't like Candy, but there are more people that are in Candy Corner than Marlo's. I think that because people don't like Marlo, everything that she says, people automatically just kind of like la 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 la, which is cool. Like I said, I ain't got no dog in the fight. Um, but sometimes Marlo do be right. And just like one of the cousins said last year in the comment section, when Marlo is right, Marlo is right. When Marlo is wrong, Marlo is all the way wrong. Right? But I remember last year when Marlo was at that table basically saying that Mama Joyce belittles Todd and all this mess, right? And I remember people saying that Marlo was lying and all this stuff, right? I remember Candy even asking Todd, right? Do my mama belittle you? And Todd was like, no. And I was like, girl, we don't expect him to say yeah, right? And I get they were in an argument, and you don't want your opponent to win the argument, so you're just gonna just kind of be like, no, that's not true, you lying, girl. So here we go. Fast forward to the next season. Mama Joyce at BravoCon, and they asked a question about Todd, and I think she said something about she wish Todd Candy would have chose somebody who had a decent job. Todd is upset. He calls Candy because he's starting to hear. No, he was at BravoCon too. I think Kayla called Todd when she heard about it, and Riley called Candy when she heard about Mama Joyce cutting up down there, cutting up at BravoCon. So all I'm gonna say is this, Candy, this is your fault, 100%. I get that Candy loves her mama. I get that Candy loves Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce is reality TV gold. She's a reality star in her own right. With that being said, and y'all know for me to say this, well, I've been saying it because I just felt like it's the truth. If Todd got fed up with Mama Joyce one day and cussed her out, Todd would not be wrong. Candy, you should have nipped this in the bud from the get-go. The reason why your mama feels okay with continuing to disrespect your husband on a national stage is because you've allowed it. And Candy feels as though her checking her mama is disrespecting her mama. I'm sorry. When you become of a certain age, it's okay to check your mama and check your daddy, especially when they causing chaos and confusion in your goddamn marriage. I could see if Todd was over there whooping on Candy. I can see if Todd was over there disrespecting. Y'all know I talk a lot of shit about Todd Burris, okay? But I'm also fair in what I say. Some of y'all don't believe it, but I'm fair in what I say. We have seen Todd on our television screens for a very long time now. I have yet to see Todd raise his voice. Todd ain't that good of a goddamn actor, okay? I have yet to see Todd raise his voice, disrespect Candy, disrespect Riley, disrespect Mama Joyce, right? So I could see if Todd was some disrespectful nigga who just ain't had no job and just sit in the house and play PlayStation all day, right? And we crack jokes about Todd. I crack jokes. Bravo crack jokes. Remember last year where they put what Candy got going on and then they put what Todd got going on and they only put Todd's condo? It's a running joke, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is Mama Joyce has become comfortable within her disrespect of Todd because Candy has allowed it for so long, right? And Mama Joyce now, this is what I also feel too. Mama Joyce is a celebrity now, right? She's a Bravo celebrity. People love Mama Joyce. I'm sure when she go down to the old lady gang, people taking pictures and snapping pictures and, oh, Mama Joyce, we love you, we love you, love you. So now Mama Joyce kind of like, girl, I'm that girl. I've been talking shit. She ain't said shit. And even when she says something, it's kind of like, Mama, stop. Mama, stop. Like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. It ain't Candy putting her foot down. Candy needs to put her foot down with her mama. I'm not saying cuss at her mama. I'm not saying call Mama Joyce out her name. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be stern in her goddamn word, be firm in her goddamn word, and put her foot down. That's what I'm saying. And if you gotta act like you're gonna cut Mama Joyce off, let her lights get turned off for 24 hours. I bet she shut the fuck up then. Don't pay her light bill. Yeah. Stop, report one of them credit cards lost. While she down to the bingo. Girl talking about B52. Yeah, let go, girl. Go give me $200 more off this card, then it come back decline. Yeah. yeah. All of that. And so this is what happens, right? Just listen to me. I'm about to wrap this back around to Marlo. So this is what happens. Even though Candy should have shut the fuck up last year at that table because that didn't have nothing to do with Candy. That's why Marlo said what she said. So now what happens is you have somebody like Marlo who now has the gun and the ammunition all because Mama Joyce pretty much gave it to her. So now when you get into an argument, what Marlo gonna say? What you need to be worried about is your mama disrespecting your husband. What you need to worry about is why Todd over there feeling belittled by your mama. But guess what? Marlo wouldn't be able to say that if Mama Joyce wouldn't be running her mouth. All right. Anyways. Another thing, Drew and Ralph are fake again. Like, okay, so Candace, shout out to Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. She did a little crossover for Real Housewives. I thought it was really, really cute. She was performing she went on tour. And so she asked Drew to perform. Girl, when I tell you, girl, Drew got on that stage. Girl, here go Drew and Candace. Girl, no tea, no shade. Girl. I'm gonna love me all the way. I'm gonna love me all the way. I'm gonna love me. I'm gonna love me. I'm gonna love me all the way. I'm gonna love me all the way. I'm gonna love me all the way. I said, girl, is that it? What is the tea? Girl, Drew done put on her best Fendi outfit. Girl, she done put on her knee highs. She done put on her 4-inch heels. Girl, she done put her headband on. And girl, me sing when I there and sung for 43 seconds. And I said, well, all right. I really think, all BS aside, I really think that was just a way for Candace to help Drew kind of usher in this story of her wanting to, resurrect this, music career. So, and I think Candace was like, girl, you just get on stage and sing a couple of I better whoa, whoa, whoa. I baby, whoa, whoa, whoa. I baby, whoa, whoa, whoa. I baby, whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then, girl, Drew got off that stage and Ralph in the back with flowers and stuff. Okay, girl, whatever. But, girl, this is the thing with Drew and Ralph. Why are y'all acting like Drew just went on stage and sung a whole song, opened up for Candace? I don't know, girl. It is what it is, girl. Okay. But Drew at the house. And Courtney and... Oh, baby. I did not know Courtney had a baby by Bryce. From Groove Theory. Y'all know Groove Theory. That album is one of my favorite albums, girl. I've been doing my own thing. Love has always had a way of having bad timing. Hey, and to my great surprise, ever since I looked in your eyes, I had one question for you. Tell me if you want me to. If you want my time, I wanna make it good for you. 'Cause you blow my mind, I promise, boy, that... Ah, that's my motherfucking song! Yes. Mm-hmm. Hey, you. Don't you know what I've been going through, baby? I hope that you're feeling me too. Yes, girl. That's Hey You from Groove Theory, the first album. You only got one album, Jeff. Anyway, so Bryce from Groove Theory, girl. Back in the day, baby, Bryce, quiet as it's kept. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, girl. I still smash Bryce's smithereens, okay? But, baby, back in Bryce's younger days, baby, Bryce was one of the finest niggas walking around. Girl, if y'all don't know who Bryce is, girl, just go look up Groove Theory. Go look up The Beauty Shop. What else is he in? That's all I can think about. Yeah, go look up Beauty Shop. He had like a nice little size role in that movie with Queen Latifah, Alfred Woodard, and some other black icons. But yeah, shout out to Bryce. Anyways, Courtney, I ain't got no issue with Courtney, but Courtney, I don't like Courtney's voice. It's too high pitched. It's very Valley girlish. Ain't nothing wrong with a Valley girl voice. But it's very Valley girlish. It's high pitched. And then I know I'm loud. Okay, so y'all know for me to be saying that help for Islam, she got to be loud. I know I'm loud, but like Courtney is loud all the time. Girl, like, girl. And then it don't help that her voice is so high pitched. Anyway, so they come over to Drew's house. And Drew say, let me call Candy to let her know I'm going to be performing, I guess, with Candace. Yeah, why is it, girl, when Drew started calling Candy, girl, all you heard in the background was, I'm about to headbutt this bitch. And I was cracking up. And girl, and I forgot that Courtney and Candy had that little beef. And so Courtney was like, okay, I'm going to go over here and talk to the fellas. Because Courtney is cousins with Ralph. Girl, why does it skip? I don't even think they're cousins. But anyways, Courtney is cousins with Ralph. I don't think they're messing around or nothing like that. I just think they're using it for a storyline. So she go over there with Ralph and Bryce. And girl, go. Loud hollering. Drew, I don't think that Drew knew the extent of the beef. I don't think she knew that Candy was ready to headbutt that bitch. Okay? Girl, so who got Drew on the phone? Hey! Courtney's here. Say hey, Courtney! I was laughing my ass off. I was cracking up and Candy on the phone looking like this. Girl, why you calling me? Why you calling me? I was cracking up. Oh, it was so funny, child. I really don't think that Drew knew again the extent of the beef. I think she probably knew that Drew and Ralph. I mean that what's her face and what's her face. Like got into it, but I don't think that she probably knew like, oh girl, Candy was about to like put her hands on you, like headbutt you, girl. Oh, okay. But maybe so. Drew is messy. They all are. I mean, girl, aren't we all? Anyways, it's the night of the concert. Marlo comes in. When I tell you they paid Marlo dust, she came in and spoke. I mean, they spoke, but it was one of those girl. Let me just speak to this hoe just because I know I just don't feel like arguing with her. So she came in and said, "Hey, ladies." Kenya was like, "Girl, can't." Sorry, I just ate some berries. Candy was like, "Hey," and then Marlo was like, and then Mayetta was like, "Can I go ahead and get Mayetta out there? Let me get Mayetta out the way." Mayetta just want to fight with Marlo. I think Mayetta just trying to show that she's loyal to Candy because girl, it's. I don't mind the petty arguments. I'd rather have petty arguments than girl people accusing people of taking people back to sex dungeons. See, I just said I wasn't gonna go there, but girl, I went there anyways. I'm not gonna say who did that. Y'all can go back and watch the seasons and find out who accused somebody of taking somebody back to a sex dungeon. I'm not gonna say no names. Y'all can figure it out on yourself. But I just feel like Mayetta girl, you reaching right now. You looking for an argument. You looking for a moment. Now last year you had to hear both sides, right? Now all of a sudden, girl, you mad at Marlo because you feel like Marlo was like, I guess, girl, whatever. So they go to the back. We know what time it is. We know it's time to meet up, discuss whatever happened the other day, argue, fuss, and fight, and then go home. Kenya is not here for Courtney. Did y'all see Kenya's face when Courtney was talking? Girl, Kenya's face was literally scrunched up. Go back and watch. Girl, it wasn't one of those. It was a like, girl, shut up. Like, why is she here? That's what Kenya was given. Um, Drew and Sonya makeup. I know a lot of y'all not here for Sonya. I still don't understand. Girl, even my sister, she act like she ain't understand. Y'all act like y'all don't understand. Y'all swerping that y'all do not understand what Sonya was saying last year about Drew. We're not gonna go backwards. I always understood what Sonya was trying to say about Drew. Nonetheless, girl, they kind of fell out. We already know, but they made up. Just like Kenya said, girl, the girl it's draining because it's really not that deep, and we really don't care. So Courtney girl, Candy had every right to get upset at Courtney and cuss her ass out because this is what happens, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like we don't do it. We have conversations about people being ghetto and hood all the time. We do. And maybe I am picking at Courtney. I don't know. I don't think I am. But I think it was the way that Courtney said it, right? And I also think the biggest issue, while Candy was ready to go upside her head again, is because Courtney was initially talking about the people that support Candy. I would have felt some type of way too. You can talk about me, call me ghetto, hood, whatever, right? But bitch, don't come after my cousins. Don't come after the people that support me. At that point, bitch, we gonna have an issue. Okay? Now, if you want to keep it one on one, that's completely fine. But essentially, what I felt Courtney was trying to do was call the people that support Candy ghetto. And Candy wasn't going for it. And I don't blame her. Courtney looked silly, just like Candy said. You sit here claiming you from the hood, but then you make it out and you look down on the same people and you say you come from there. Courtney, you look crazy, girl. Like I said, girl, I think a lot of us be like, oh, we say stuff about ghetto, hood, blah 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 blah. But girl, in that situation, Courtney, you look real. Girl, you look real. And then you try to backdoor and cover it up by saying you from the hood. That make it even worse. Girl, can I say something? I'm not. We all judge people. We not gonna act like we don't. But I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that this is right. If someone who grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth, right, didn't know nothing about the other side of the tracks, and they had some type of perception about the other side of the tracks, right? Or they probably even had something negative to say about people from the other side of the tracks, I could try to wrap my head around it because it's like, girl, you might not know. You probably been sheltered. You probably been ignorant your whole life. I don't know. But girl, you can't claim to be from across the tracks and then like take a dig at the people from across the tracks, and then when you get called out, be like, I have people that are hood in my family. You want to see? You want to see? Girl, no, we don't want to see. Girl, shut up. Girl, get her ass up out of here. It's like, Courtney, some stuff you just don't. Like, that was one of those moments where, like, Courtney, girl, that was kitchen table talk. And that's the problem. You've been trying to come after Candy, right? And you're starting to put your foot in your mouth, and you're starting to look crazy. Okay. Marlo and Candy, Drew. So they're all like, what's been going on? Catch me up, right? Mind you, Drew hasn't been around the group. This is her first time, I think, around them I think this is her first time because she wasn't on the first episode. The second, yeah, I think this is her first time around the entire group. So she's like, what's going on? So she brings up the shooting that happened at Blaze. Now, this is where we're going to have to... Okay, so listen, here go the conversation. The reason why I felt last week or the week before that it was unnecessary to bring up the elephant in the room is because nobody had mentioned the elephant in the room. So when that producer walked in, it was like the elephant in the room, right? And I'm like, girl, like even with Melvin walking into the restaurant, I don't think that people really thought about the shooting. So I didn't really feel that there was a need to talk about the shooting, right? However, the reason why it's different for me now is because Drew is bringing it up within the group for conversation. You see what I'm saying? And like I said last week, no one had, unless they just didn't show it, no one had brought up that shooting. So there wasn't an elephant in the room, right? There was no need to discuss it. Because I don't think Candy brought it up, and I don't think Todd brought it up, and I don't think Melvin brought it up. I'm sure Candy probably told Melvin, when you come down here, don't mention nothing about that shooting. I'm sure she probably told Philip, don't mention nothing about that shooting. But this time, it was brought up. I didn't like Candy's response. To me, Candy should have just said, I can't speak about it because right now my lawyer has advised me X, Y, and Z. But everybody is fine. Or whatever she needs to say that her lawyer told her. But Candy's response was, that's a private matter. Maybe she said that because she was annoyed. Maybe she said that because she knew what was going on, because quiet as it's kept, I think what was going on, I think Drew was trying to bring it up so Marlo could go in after Candy. Because you heard when Marlo said, are you talking about the shooting that happened at OLG or that happened at Blaze? So I get why Marlo was frustrated, because it's like, this is a situation that made national headlines. It's now a part of the conversation. And instead of Candy either just saying she can't speak about it because of legal reasons, she says, and yes, she has said it before, but I'm talking about in the group setting. Instead of her saying that, she says, "Oh, it's a private matter." Girl, no, that's not gonna fly with me. Candy just should have just said what I said she should have said, and then been done with it. This is my issue with Marlo. Marlo and Drew get into it after the cameras cut, so I felt like that was a real argument. I want to be careful with what I'm about to say because I don't want to come across as insensitive or like an asshole. Okay. I don't think that we should be able to tell people how long they can grieve. I don't think that we should be able to tell people how they should grieve. I'm trying to be, trying to be sensitive to the situation. With that being said, I don't like that Marlo uses trauma to get away with shit or use trauma as an excuse to go after somebody. I don't know how in the fuck Marlo's nephew, unfortunately, his life was taken by his roommate. Isn't that what Marlo said? What the fuck that got to do with Candy? Girl, you're trying to tie in all this shit because for whatever reason, Marlo got a hard on for Candy. She really do. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if the people at Bravo has said, girl, we paying Candy $2 million. I don't know how much Candy make. Girl, make Candy work for that money. I don't know what it is. But Marlo is making it her mission to go after Candy. And her going after Candy does not make sense. And the reason why it doesn't make sense because there's never a reason behind her going after Candy. Like last year when she went outside and just out the blue was like, yeah, Candy got whacked pussy. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Girl, hold up. Right? Now you're using your nephew's death as, an avenue to try to go after Candy. And then you're saying stuff like, oh, I was traumatized. And because Drew didn't say shooting, she said, she said something like, what about the incident that happened down at Blaze? So my whole thing for Marlo Hampton is this. If you're so damn traumatized, and if your nephew got shot, not if, your nephew was shot, then how is it that Drew saying the word incident and not shooting is more traumatized? Like, I would think that you would appreciate that she didn't actually say the word because she said something else. But what it all boils down to is that Marlo was wanting, I think that Marlo had a plan. I think that producer had a plan. It ain't no goddamn coincidence that even Marlo said something in her confession about an elephant in the room. I think they already had a plan that they were going to mention the shootout that happened at Blaze. Now, I do think it's unfair that Blaze has been a part of Candy and Todd's storyline on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and something like this has happened, and it has made national headlines, and they are not talking about it. Again, if you can't talk about it, just say, "Girl, Lori said I can't talk about it." Boom, and we done. I know somebody gonna say, "Well, she already said it." I'm talking about amongst the group, because don't nobody know what Candy said in her confessional until they watch the show. But I just wish that, like, I get Marlo's frustrations because, girl, this is not new about people saying that Candy is allowed to do certain stuff. But I also believe that when you are the employee of the month and you bring in as much money as Candy has brought in for Bravo, hell yeah, they're going to let Candy get away with a lot more stuff. That's the exchange, right? You do this for me, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And this is another thing about Marlo that frustrates me that she needs to understand. No one is going to bring up the shooting that happened at Blaze because they're friends with Candy and they know that it could affect her business. And that's not what friends do. Marlo pisses me off because Marlo swears up and down that she wants to be friends with these girls. You know, she feels like she's this woman on an island by herself. She did an interview just a few weeks ago before the premiere, making it seem as though like she don't know why these girls don't fool with her. But you go low. You go low. Now, if you don't want to fuck with Candy, just don't fuck with Candy. But don't sit here and say she got whack pussy. Don't bring up stuff that could potentially affect her business and then wonder why she don't want to fool with you. The other girls are not going to bring up stuff that could affect their friends because they're friends. Y'all get what I'm trying to say? If Courtney wanted to go down that road, let Courtney do that. It would make more sense. But Marlo wants to pow, 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 right? And then get mad when they don't want to fool with her. And so Candy was like, nah, let's talk about that girl who you cut in the face. I said, bitch. Now, that ain't the first time we heard it. But see, this is the thing, right? And I do believe this. Kenya, Candy, they don't go low with Marlo. Marlo goes low, 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 low to the fucking flow. This is probably the first time I have heard Candy say something like go there with Marlo. But see, this is another gag too about Marlo and Candy. Marlo and Candy know each other. They see each other. They know each other's secrets. Marlo was almost a part of the family. Don't ever forget. Marlo and Candy probably been running them Atlanta streets together for a very long time. Okay? So Candy don't really want to go there with Marlo, and Marlo really don't want to go there with Candy because Candy know all of Marlo business, and I'm sure Marlo know Candy's. Okay? Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Like Marlo girl, like, you know, like I said, I ain't got no dog in the fight. I don't have no issues with Marlo. I don't have no issues with Candy. But Marlo girl, you be looking crazy. That's really the conclusion. Marlo, you be looking crazy. And I think because Marlo doesn't do a good job articulating her thoughts, she comes across as even crazier. Okay? And then I also feel like Marlo is playing a game with death. I think she's playing a game with trauma, all in the name of coming after Candy. And girl, it like it's not looking, it's not giving what you think is given. You think that Candy knows every goddamn employee at OLG? You think Candy does a hiring and the firing at OLG? You think that Candy knows, I'm sure the only people that Candy probably know personally are the ones who she shot that show with. Other than that, when she probably goes down to OLG, she's probably like, hey, how you doing? What's your name, Kevin? I'm Candy, nice to meet you. She don't know them people. Girl. Ty don't even know them people. Ty don't even go down there, girl. Candy, you know if Ty got them people down there sitting in the dark and he don't take his black ass down now, you know Candy ain't going. I wonder if Ty got a generator. Probably not. Marlo said that Candy could have at least sent some flowers or a card. Girl, I was gonna say something real fucked up. Marlo expects stuff out of people after she dogs and treat them like shit. Marlo needs to go. Marlo does not need a life coach. Well, I'm not gonna put down life coaches. I shouldn't have said that. Marlo needs some deep, deep rooted therapy. She really does. Marlo needs to figure out why is it that I want to treat people like shit and still expect them to be there for me. Marlo needs to figure that out. Marlo needs to figure out, like, Marlo got a lot of work to do. I mean, we all got some work to do, but if we was all in line for therapy, Marlo gonna skip over a lot of us. Girl, let her go. Girl, we can wait. That hoe, she needs to go. Cause Miss Thing is fucked up. Okay? Shout out to Marlo. Shout out to Latoya Hutchinson, okay? Anyways, girl, I'm done. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.